I've been looking at apartment listings all morning and I'm honestly exhausted. There are so many options, but none of them feel quite right.
I know what you mean. I spent hours yesterday doing the same thing. Either they're too expensive, too far away, or they just don't look good.
Exactly, and sometimes the pictures look amazing, but when you read the description, it's completely different.
Or they don't show the bad parts. I've learned not to trust photos too much anymore.
Same here. That's why I think we should focus on visiting a few places in person instead of wasting time online.
Agreed. So, which one do you want to see first today?
I was thinking about that apartment near the city centre. It's a bit pricey, but the location is excellent.
Yeah, I remember that one. It's close to shops, restaurants, and public transport, right?
Yes, everything is within walking distance. That would make daily life much easier.
That's a big advantage. I hate long commutes. It really affects your energy.
Same. I'd rather pay a bit more and save time every day.
That makes sense. Do you remember how much the rent is?
It's around €900 per month.
That's slightly above what we planned, but not too far off.
True. If everything else is good, we might be able to adjust our budget a little.
Maybe, but we should still be careful with extra costs.
Definitely. Utilities can add a lot to the monthly expenses,
Electricity, water, internet, it all adds up quickly.
and sometimes there are hidden costs like maintenance fees.
Good point. We should ask about that when we visit.
Yes, we need to be prepared with questions this time.
Last time we forgot to ask about the contract length.
Right, and that's important. I'd prefer at least a 1-year contract.
Me too. I don't want to move again in 6 months.
It's stressful and expensive. Moving once is already enough.
Exactly. Also, what about furniture? Do you want a furnished place?
I'm not sure. Fully furnished apartments are convenient, but I like having my own style.
Same. Maybe a semi furnished apartment would be the best option.
Yeah, like having the kitchen appliances but bringing our own furniture.
That sounds perfect. It gives us more control over the space.
Exactly. I don't want to live in a place that feels like someone else's home.
I get that. Some apartments we saw felt very personal, like the owner just left their things there.
Yes, that one with all the old decorations. It didn't feel comfortable at all.
Not really. Okay, so for today, what are our priorities?
For me, the most important things are location, natural light, and overall condition.
I'd add noise level to that list.
Good point. A quiet place is very important.
Yes, especially if you work from home sometimes.
Exactly. I need a calm environment to concentrate.
Same here. Oh, and we should check the building itself too.
What do you mean?
Like the entrance, the stairs, if there's an elevator. Those things matter.
Ah, yes, especially the elevator. I don't want to climb 5 floors every day.
Me neither. Okay, I think we're almost there.
This should be the building. It looks quite modern.
Yeah, and it seems well maintained from the outside.
That's always a good sign. Let's go in.
The entrance is clean and bright. I like that.
Me too. It feels safe, which is important.
All right, let's see the apartment.
So, first impressions?
It's actually nicer than I expected. The space feels well organized.
Yes, even though it's not very big, it doesn't feel too small.
The natural light really helps. Look at those windows.
They're great. The room feels much bigger because of that.
I like the living area. It's simple but comfortable,
We could easily fit a sofa and a small table here.
and maybe a desk near the window.
That would be perfect for working.
Let's check the kitchen.
It's open plan, which I like.
Same. It makes the space feel more connected.
The appliances look quite new too.
Yes, that's a good sign. We won't have to worry about replacing anything soon.
The cabinets are in good condition as well.
Overall, the kitchen seems practical.
Let's move on to the bedroom.
It's a bit small.
Yeah, but I think it's manageable.
A double bed would fit, but there wouldn't be much extra space.
That's true, but there's a built-in wardrobe.
That helps a lot. Storage is always important.
Definitely. I hate having clothes everywhere.
Same here. What about the bathroom?
It's simple but clean.
That's all we need. Clean is more important than fancy.
Exactly. I'd rather have a basic bathroom that works well.
Should we check the balcony?
Yes, I'm curious about that.
Oh, it's small but quite nice.
Enough space for 2 chairs, I think.
That's perfect. We could sit here in the evening.
Or have coffee in the morning.
I really like that.
Me too. It adds something special to the apartment.
So, overall, what do you think?
I think it's a strong option.
Same, it's not perfect, but it has many advantages.
The location is excellent, and the apartment is in good condition.
The natural light is definitely a big plus.
The only downsides are the size and the price.
Yes, but compared to the other apartments we've seen, this one feels better.
I agree. The cheaper ones had more problems.
Exactly. Sometimes it's better to pay a bit more for quality.
Do you think we should try to negotiate the rent?
Maybe? It depends on how much interest there is.
If many people want it, the landlord might not lower the price.
That's true. But we can still ask politely.
Something like, is there any flexibility on the rent?
Yes, that sounds good. Not too direct, but clear.
We should also ask what's included in the rent.
Definitely. It would be great if some utilities are included.
That would help with budgeting.
Also, we should ask about the deposit.
Yes, usually it's 1 or 2 months' rent.
That's a lot of money up front.
It is, but it's standard in most places.
True, we should be ready for that.
What about the contract conditions?
Yes, we need to check the length and the terms.
And if there are any penalties for leaving early?
Good point. That's important to know.
We should also ask about maintenance responsibilities.
Like, who pays if something breaks?
Exactly. Some landlords cover everything, others don't.
And what about internet?
Yes, very important. We need a good connection.
Especially if we work from home.
All right, let's make sure we don't forget these questions.
Utilities included,
Deposit amount,
contract length,
maintenance responsibilities,
internet availability.
noise level and neighbors.
Perfect. That covers everything important.
I feel much more confident now.
Me too. At the beginning, I didn't even know what to ask.
Same. We've learned a lot during this process,
Definitely. Renting an apartment is more complicated than it seems.
but also interesting in a way.
Yes, you start to understand what really matters to you.
Exactly. Before this, I thought I just needed a place to sleep.
And now,
Now I realize I need a comfortable space where I can relax and work.
same here. It's about quality of life.
Exactly. And this apartment seems to offer that.
Yes, it feels balanced.
Do you think we should make a decision today?
Maybe not immediately. It's better to think about it calmly.
I agree. We should compare it with the others.
But honestly, this one is my favorite so far.
Mine too. It has the best combination of factors.
If it's still available tomorrow, we could move forward.
Yes, that sounds like a good plan.
We just need to act quickly if we decide to take it.
Right. Good apartments don't stay available for long.
Exactly. That's the only stressful part.
At least now we're close to finding something.
Yes, finally. I was starting to feel a bit frustrated.
Me too, but now I'm more optimistic.
Same here. This feels like progress.
All right, let's leave and talk about it over a coffee.
Good idea. I need a break after all this.
Same. Apartment hunting is more tiring than I expected.
Absolutely. Let's go.